guys, welcome back to another video, one that should be self-explanatory, but some people might need a tutorial, so here we are. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is creating a story on Wattpad. I do want to preface in this video, if you have never used Wattpad before, or if you're on Wattpad and you're trying to acquire more reads, more follows, yada 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 yada, I have a whole series on how to get there. The link for that playlist will be in the description. This video is simply going over the bare minimum, the basics of how to create your first story on desktop, on an Android device, and on an iOS device. So to get started, we are on the desktop version. After you sign up and create an account, verify your email to be able to use all the features, you're going to want to go up here in the upper right hand corner to create a new story. You're then going to be taken to this page where you have a lot of information to fill out. So to get started, you're going to need a book cover. Now, two things you can do here. You can upload your own cover, or you can click on create a cover, and it's going to open up a website that you can go to called Canva, C-A-N-V-A, where they have free to use pre-made templates that is already customized to the Wattpad size, which is dimensions 512 by 800 pixels. It's already got everything set up for you. So if you want to go that route, great. If you want to make your own cover, great. That's the size that you need to use when creating your own cover from scratch. It's 512 by 1800 or 512 by 800 pixels. Next, you're gonna want to give a title. Now, just a tip here. Just a tip here, okay? Do not have a long ass title for your book, okay? Keep it under, if you can, 7 words. That might be pushing it. Just don't have a long ass title. Nope. Trust me, just don't do it. Now, when it comes to the description, don't give your whole damn plot away when you're making a description. Bare minimum should be like 100, 200, that might be pushing it. 100 word, 200 word blurb, max. Don't give your whole fucking story away in the description. That's how you're gonna hook in readers. That's how you're gonna capture new followers, etc., etc., etc. Make a good blurb, but don't give your whole damn plot away. Next, you can create a cast list here. Next, you will need to use the appropriate tags for your story. This is also another important thing outside from creating a good blurb that you're going to want to make sure you properly utilize, because this is also how your book is going to get found on Wattpad. Do not use irrelevant tags like Harry Styles if you are not making a book about Harry Styles, fan fiction, or whatever. Don't use irrelevant tags trying to ride the clout train, because it's not going to work. So use the appropriate tags for your book in order to maximize your book popping up in the appropriate tags that it's in. Next, you want to properly label your story, the genre that it's in. On Wattpad, romance and fan fiction typically are the top two from what I've seen since being on here since 2012. Romance and fan fiction seems to be the top 2 genres, but if you write outside of that, more power to you. Just choose the appropriate genre for your story. You can also choose your target audience, who the story is made for, language, copyright, rating, all that yada yada yada. Once you have this page filled out, you can go hit next in the upper right hand corner, and now it's going to take you to this page where you can do one of 2 things. You can manually type your story, or you can copy and paste your document, your first chapter, whatever, from Microsoft Word, and copy and paste it into here. That works too, and it'll keep your italicized, bold marks, all of that, etc., etc. Also on this page, if you want to go the extra mile, You can add a banner at the top of your chapter, or you can add a video. You'll have to get the link from YouTube and copy and paste it in there if that's what you want to do. And once you have your first chapter all done up, you can go ahead and hit publish up in the right hand corner. While you're on this page, if you're one of those who writes everything in Wattpad, you don't have it saved on an offline file. As you're writing, it does autosave every couple of seconds. However, I would suggest having your document already written and then just copy and paste it from there into Wattpad to make your life easier. Once you're done with your first chapter, before I forget, chapter length, okay? Keep in mind the majority of Wattpad users are reading these books on their phone. Nobody wants to sit here and scroll their life away. So when you're writing a story, try to get your chapters anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000, maybe 3,000 is pushing it. Anything in that range of words is a perfect size to be reading on a phone. You don't want to type your whole fucking book in your first chapter. 10,000 words in your first chapter. That is a lot to scroll through on a cell phone. Just keep all that in mind when you're doing this shit. So once you have everything sorted out for your first chapter, go ahead and hit publish. So you'll get a little preview of everything that you can look over one last time. Don't forget to select this at the bottom here that you acknowledge this is your own work. Don't be a fucking thief, okay? Just don't. Because you will get caught and you will get your account deleted. Also on here, story notes. This is a new feature. You can list in, it's self-explanatory, your story notes and have this saved on file. And also, if you scroll to the bottom, look at here, story opportunities on Wattpad. If you're interested in submitting your story to the backlog of stories Wattpad reviews for opportunities like being featured, being part of the paid stories program, or being considered a Wattpad star, you can select yes, and there you go. You're already halfway there, on your way. This isn't a guarantee that you'll get into any of these programs. However, your story will be taken into consideration. So make sure you're publishing your most polished work. When you're ready, after previewing everything one last time, hit publish. And congratulations, you just published your first story. Your story is now officially live. Please ignore where it says draft on here. It only says that because I haven't verified my email. But after you verify your email, it will not say draft, and your story will be officially published on Wattpad. Now, if you want to go back and add more chapters to your story at any time, all you have to do is go back up here, go to write, go to my stories. Here's your story, continue writing, add a new part, go through the same process again, fill out your next chapter, hit publish, there you go. You want to add a new story, click new story, go through the process again, there you go. So that's how you upload a story while you're on desktop. Now we're going to switch over to the process for Android and iOS, which is basically the same thing, but if you're a visual person, we're going to do that. We're going to go through the same thing as well. Hey guys, so now we're on Android, on an Android device on our cell phones. So to create a story on your phone, cellular device, what you're going to do, if you look at the bottom here, on the right hand side, the little pencil icon, you're going to click on that, and you're immediately taken into the process to create a story. So you're going to walk through all the steps like you normally would on the computer. And once you get to the end, you hit publish, and there you go. You just made a story on your phone. Now, let's say you don't want to publish your story right away. You just want to save it as a draft. Once you get done typing out your chapter, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, instead of hitting publish, hit those little row of dots, and you can save it. You can preview it, or you can delete the chapter entirely and start over. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit save. And if you go back, hit the back arrow in the upper left-hand corner, now you're taken to your main page where you can see your story title, your description, your tags. You can select the genre, blah blah blah, all your chapters. You can add a new chapter, etc., etc. So once you go through all of that, if you want to delete a story or make a new story, just click back on the pencil and you can either edit your story or create a new story. We're going to pick up where we left off. Right now our story isn't published, so it's in our drafts. That's where our story is. Select it. If you click in the right hand corner, you can view as a reader, preview it, or you can delete the story, or like I said earlier, you can go through and add new parts. And that's basically how you create a story on an Android device. Alright guys, we're back, and now we are on iOS. So this is what it looks like on the home page. And to create a story, it's literally identical to the Android way. In the bottom right hand corner, hit the little pencil icon. You're immediately going to be brought to this page. Fill everything out, go through the steps, publish your story, boom bam boom, there you go. I'm not going to walk through it on here because it's literally so simple. So just test it out. If you have any issues, you can comment them below. I'll see what I can do to try to help you out. But other than that, it's really that easy to just start creating a story, writing a story, and go. A lot of people these days write on their phones because we're always on the go. Some people don't have time to sit in front of a computer for X amount of hours and, turn out chapter after chapter. So some people write as they go, and what better way to do that than to use your phone? So if that works for you, great. If not, then you can figure out something else. But that's basically it for this video. If you have any other questions, or if you would like an in-depth, more detailed video about how to properly post a story, and what I mean by that is, what should my title be, or what kind of tags should I use to get up in the algorithm, or how should I format my blurb, yada yada yada, things like that, let me know. I'll see what I can do in another video. Otherwise, that's gonna be it. Thumbs up if this helped you, and I will see you guys in the next episode.